Our next speaker, Dr. Gregory Campbell, is a core faculty member in public policy and administration who embodies the bridge between academic scholarship and real-world executive leadership. A Walden PhD graduate and senior federal executive, Dr. Campbell has spent more than 2 decades facilitating growth for leaders at every level. He is a renowned author and an expert in emotional intelligence who is committed to fostering collaboration and excellence. Please welcome Dr. Gregory Campbell.
Woo! President, Provost, and distinguished guests, faculty, proud families, most importantly, the unstoppable Walden graduates of 2025, congratulations! What an honor it is to stand before you today. I want to tell you 3 things. First, how your life changes the moment you decide to think differently. Second, how a 7th grade English teacher named Miss Jackson awakened the greatness in me, and how someone in your lives have done the same for you. And third, how Walden has prepared you, not just to know your purpose, but to live it, to move from your why to your how, and to walk out of this ceremony as true agents of social change. And when we're done, my hope is that you will walk out of here with one clear conviction: you have been transformed. Walden transformed. And you know, transformed people transform the world. You've survived late night writing sessions like I did, early morning discussions, endless revisions, and yes, APA 7, which at times felt like the 7th plague of Egypt. But despite all of that, you didn't just earn a degree. You completed a journey of transformation. And every person in this room here, because you refused to quit. For me, that journey just didn't begin in a classroom. It began in Compton, California, Hub City, the home of Venus and Serena Williams, but also the home of the Crips and Blood gangs. Long before I became Dr. Campbell, I was just a young kid learning that emotional intelligence wasn't an academic subject, it was a survival skill. In Compton, you learn self-awareness by knowing which streets to avoid. You learn self-management by holding your composure when everything around you said otherwise. You learn social awareness by reading people before they spoke. And relationship management, well, you mastered that early, because one wrong relationship could change the direction of your life. I grew up with more family members in jail than in college. No one in my family had ever graduated from college. By all statistical predictions, I wasn't supposed to be here today, but God. One day, something shifted, not in my environment, but in my mind. I made a quiet decision, a personal vow, that I would not just react to life, but I would choose how to live it. And that was the moment I became what I call a thinking being. That decision carried me from Compton to college, from college to the United States Postal Inspection Service, from field work to executive leadership, from student to scholar, and from dreamer to doctor. But if we're being honest, that seed of transformation It didn't start in adulthood. It began much earlier with a teacher named Miss Jackson. Now, I'm sure I received positive reinforcement at some other points in elementary school, but I don't remember any of them. What I do remember is my 7th grade English teacher, Miss Jackson. She was small in stature, but enormous in expectation. She was the only teacher who called me Mr. Campbell every single day. At the time, I thought she was picking on me because she demanded more of me than anyone else. But the truth was, she saw something in me that I could not see in myself. One day she said, Mr. Campbell, I need to see you at my desk after class. Now, when a teacher says your name twice like that, you know something is coming. Well, I sat through the rest of the class, sweating, trying to figure out what I had did wrong. And when I approached her at the desk, she looked up at me with complete seriousness and said, Mr. Campbell, I'm disappointed in you. I swallowed hard and I said, why, Miss Jackson? She replied, you missed one word on the spelling test. You can do better. There is greatness in you, and I expect better. It was in that moment, right there at her desk, that my entire mindset changed. I shifted from fear of failure to belief in possibility. Y'all know, for the first time in my life, I believed that I could be the first in my family to attend and graduate from college. And I did. So today, I say again, thank you, Miss Jackson. Because many of you had a Miss Jackson in your life too. Someone who believed in you before you believed in yourself. Someone whose voice carried you to this moment. And now, graduates, the world needs you to become the voice for someone else. That brings us to why we're here today, your Walden transformation. Mark Twain once said that the 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you discover why. But through 57 years of my life, leadership and lessons, I've learned that there's a 3rd day. The day you learn how to live your why. Because purpose without practice is potential without power. I like to say it this way: information plus application equals transformation. Walden didn't just give you information, it equipped you with application. You've learned how to think, how to question, how to analyze, and how to create change. That's why today is not just a celebration of what you've learned, it's a launch into what you will apply. Let me leave you with 3 lessons that have shaped my life, and I hope they will shape yours. First, you can't transform what you can't see. Self-awareness is the beginning of transformation. It is both a mirror and a map, revealing where you are and guiding you where you're going. Second, habits build leaders. Your degree didn't just happen because you wished for it. It happened because you built habits, consistent, deliberate, repeated habits. And as I teach, transformation begins when awareness creates a pause and a better choice. Kindness, as Dr. Seuss said. Finally, you must move from your why to your how, and then move your feet. People often say, God, order my steps. But how can he order your steps if you don't move your feet? The world is full of people who know why things need to change. But the world desperately needs people who know how to change them and who are willing to take action. Your communities need you. Your organizations need you. Your families need you more now than ever. So as I close, let me remind you of what you've heard from me today. You've learned that transformation begins when you decide to think differently. You've learned that your greatness, like mine, was awakened when someone saw it before I did. And you've learned that Walden has prepared you not just to know your purpose, but to live it boldly, courageously, and intentionally. So as you step into the next chapter of your life, remember, there is greatness in you. Know your why, master your how, and move your feet. Congratulations, world changers. Now go transform the world.